first. Support. Cool. Go on then. Go on then. Oh, it seems like everyone wants support. Is this gonna go on YouTube? Yes, this is gonna go on YouTube. It will also get clipped for the TikTok. Chat won't be seen. Unfortunately, chat won't be seen. I need to sort out my widgets. Cool. Let's start with the supports. Let us start with the supports. Gambit. First and foremost, I don't think it needs to be stated. Gambit is definitely Esther, is the strongest character in the game. For a while, we haven't been playing the Ignite ban system. So, for those of you that don't know, it's a one-way ban. Ignite, the professional stage, when we ban something, it only bans something for the enemy team, right? J3's tournament allowed me to see Ignite bans, and yes, one-way Gambit is the most broken thing in the world of all time ever. I'm actually gonna save the Deadpool characters for last because I feel like I'm gonna get flamed for my personal opinion on the state of Deadpool. So let's move on and let's say Invis. Now, I'm gonna put Invis at A. I think that character is still stupid, mega, giga, broken, busted. I would say that she is the second best support in the game. No, I would say she's the third best support in the game, and this might get controversial. Sue's nerf has been pretty good. She feels slightly weaker. She doesn't really feel like she can 1v9 anymore, but I think she's in a very, very, very good state, and I don't think that she should really be touched from now. With that being said, I mentioned that there is a support that I think is better than Sue, and that is Loki. Loki is really good with Gambit, the double Gambit ult, and then obviously when you copy a Sue, the Sue ult is still not bad per se. The reason why I like Loki is the fact that every single trank in the game, for the first time in a while, is actually pretty good. As in, we're in a state of the game where Mantis is good, Luna is good, Cloak is good, and obviously Invis is good, right? There's not a single trank in the game that is bad necessarily, and that makes Loki good. Obviously, his Lamp's util, they changed his damage numbers back, or slightly, they buffed it slightly, which means that obviously this was a couple patches ago, but you know, he is no longer in a horrible state. There was a time where he was like low beta, which was horrible. And obviously I mentioned that Cloak is not bad. I actually think that Cloak is in a very similar spot to Invis in terms of utility. I think Terra Cape having 2 blinds is the most busted, broken thing in the game. I would actually argue that Cloak is in a better state than every other support in this game. Yeah. Gambit into Loki, into Invis, into Cloak, I think is perfect, and I actually don't think that another support makes the A tier. Now, with that being said, Luna, Mantis. Luna isn't bad. Mantis isn't bad. Rocket I've really been struggling with. Am I gonna be controversial? Ultron does not get game time at all, but he is objectively not bad right now. Triple support, the Ultron buffs are very good. That character is not bad at all. Adam, on the other hand, is struggling a lot more in triple support setups. I'm not gonna lie, I meant to actually drag the Mantis. That's why I put them next to each other. Mantis is better than Ultron, but these damage boosts, these like pocket-based characters for triple support aren't bad. And I'm not gonna lie. One thing that people in lower ranks need to realize is actually Mantis and Ultron are better triple support options than running any 3 of this top 4 in tandem. The reason why is Mantis and Ultron don't steal ult charge from each other. They are good duelist characters. They can win their gunfights and they can damage boost people and have a concentrated pocket. You know, this section of healers right here, the triple support section, these are just healers that pretty much can deal a stupid amount of damage until the meta kind of changes. I'm not gonna lie, in a triple trank setup with the Luna, for example, or the Invis, for example, we might see big triple based heals come back into play with Invis playing more of a DPS role, which I definitely think can be possible for a very strong comp in the future. However, that's not the current state of the game. So, boom, boom. Now, I think Rocket is awful, horrendous. His ult is pretty damn mid. His healing output isn't bad, but he just doesn't get a support ult faster than Loki or faster than Deadpool consistently, to be honest. His res is the only good form of Uzel, to be fair. But his neutral is extremely weak. If we're talking about build an ult playstyle, pop the ult playstyle, win the fight off of that, then the order of operations go Gambit number 1, by force Loki number 2, Cloak number 3, even Deadpool is number 4, making the one thing that Rocket was unique about, he's the 5th best character in the entire game for it, which for me is an issue. If a hero damage boosted by Mantis gets a headshot, does that count and give her a leaf? No. It has to be her. Otherwise, you could just put the leaf on the Punisher. The Punisher could just free rain headshots, and Mantis is giga broken. Now, with the Luna, am I gonna be nice? No, I'm not. Gonna put Luna in high B, and actually, I'm gonna put Deadpool there at the top. Now, people's reads on Deadpool is extremely bad. But what's crazy is the character is literally how it's marketed. Everyone says Deadpool is bad, or Deadpool is broken. Bro, the character is presented as being bad when you first boot into the game when he is not powered up. Deadpool quite literally scales. If you can play 3, and if you're happy to lose 3, 4 fights in a row on Deadpool, you will not lose another fight for the rest of the game. And I mean that. I think that character is so good at King of the Hill, in particular, because he keeps his scaling in between rounds. He doesn't start from scratch. And then on top of that, defense on payload or convoy maps, where again, you don't really need to do much on the defense until you scale. And then once you scale, your character takes over the entire lobby. The reason why he's not good at offensive game types is because you have 4 minutes to cap that first point. And Deadpool is quite literally bad for around 4 minutes. Do you see how that works? Now, that to me seems like the perfect tier list for strategists. I can't believe I'm putting my dog Rocket at the bottom, bro. Now, tanks. Thing S tier for the second season in a row. That character is broken. So good into anti-dive. The reason why people think that he is bad is because he is bad into poke characters, or he's worse into poke characters. But you need to remember that Thing is not a sitting duck. Mobile characters are good into poke characters, and Thing matches the mobility of his team. So a well-crafted Thing comp is extremely broken in the current day. He's good into dive and can be good into poke, depending on the mobility of his teammates. Now, Angela, I also think is S tier. Angela is the best dive tank in the game. Her displacement value is very good. That is her value. She's much like Wolverine, but Wolverine obviously has the damage multiplier. It's not the damage multiplier that makes Wolverine good. If that was the case, Iron Fist would be better than Wolverine, right? Iron Fist has a lot more damage than Wolverine. The reason why we play Wolverine is because he has the displacement. Angela is a tank with displacement. Groot. S? A? Let's put Groot in the A tier for now. Groot is a very, very strong brawl character. Does what he says on the tin. Is there much to say about that? Obviously, his Iron Wall buff was very good. He can't be displaced anymore. Adds to more survivability as one of the best ults in the game. His numbers are pretty good. What more is there to say? Like, literally, what more is there to say? Emma, on a very, very similar level to Groot. We are very much in an off-meta patch right now. The characters in this game are so good. I think tanks complain too much. That might be a controversial take, but I think tanks are actually in a very, very good spot. I don't think that there's a single bad one in the game. And again, my read on this patch is so completely different to everyone else's. So completely different to everyone else's. Because if you want me to speedrun this, Rogue, if we're talking team ups, playstyle, strength, ult, in the current state of the game where she takes away people's ults because the entire game is ult fights, I would say that Rogue is also low S tier. Again, Strange is in a brilliant state right now. So that's 6 characters that I think are just in S and A tier. And looking at these heroes, I think it's absolutely absurd that we're talking about Mag and we're talking about Venom in as low as the B tier. The things that Mag and Venom are good at, they've been good at since the dawn of time. They aren't particularly good in the current meta for the playstyles, other than a few niche instances. Now, don't get me wrong, I use the term niche in the sense that they are very specific instances where they are insanely broken. And this kind of goes against the word niche that I'm using, but I do acknowledge that in a lot of games, that niche situation is in play. You know? They're super good at the specific things. Killing people out of ults. Both of them are really good at killing people out of ults. Mag is really good at poking in the neutral. Mag is really good at bubbling, enabling our own engage, and then Venom is really good at getting those explosive dives in comparison to any other dive tank. But what do they do that's special? What more do they do that's special? You know? Every other character that I'm listing here does something that's special in the current state of the game. And none of these guys I can say do that. Now, don't get me wrong. These characters are not bad characters. None of these characters are bad characters. But again, none of these characters do anything special. And on top of that, the things that they do that are unique, nobody else can do. Oh, sorry. Other people can do better. I just messed up my whole bar. Other people can do better. Now, there's an argument that Captain America is the only trank in the game that doesn't actively steal ult charge from your healers. Right? The reason why I don't like triple trank is the fact that 3 supports with high healing steal that ult charge from each other, which means they all get ults at a slower rate. Cap has a trank without doing that. So just for that reason alone, I will place him in low beta. Now, what does Deadpool do better than anyone else? Deadpool does everything, high damage, rare tear, blah blah blah, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't physically say that he's better than any of these characters. I can't. Like, and Deadpool is not even a bad tank. And this is what I mean. Tanks are on fraud watch. Tanks are seriously on fraud watch. because there's not bad tanks in this game. Even Hulk since the current state of the game, the buff Hulk is a lot stronger. Hulk is the best at fighting the side lane. Maybe Cap is the best at fighting the side lane. Hulk's bubble util is actually really, really nice. Hulk's ult is so strong, and it just got buffed. So this is what my tank tier list is looking like. We're getting controversial today, boy. We are getting controversial as freak. Um. Mm, 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 mm. Now, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Alright, cool. Damage. Damage right off the bat. Black Panther is horrendous. Blade is horrendous. Storm is her. No, I'm joking. No. Blade is better than Black Panther. Blade is actually somewhat viable. His kit is not even that bad. His kit is genuinely not even that bad. Not a whole bunch of players, which means that there hasn't been developed Blade macro into the current state of the game. You never know. That Blade ult could be the ult that stops that Gambit ult momentum better than any other ult, but we'll never ever figure it out. We will never ever figure that out because there's not enough Blade players in the world. Whereas a TikTok stream, since I got my new computer, to be fair, I haven't actually changed. I haven't put up any of the TikTok settings. But going on to DD, I actually think that DD has gotten a lot worse. Well, I mean, my Wi-Fi as it is not even the greatest, to be honest. So for me, TikTok stream, maybe I'll run it up again. I'll just have to see how intensive it is. But as I was saying, DD doesn't really do anything. I mean, DD will go on you and be very, very oppressive, but in a fake way. They'll force lamps, force souling, but only if you're not a composed player. Like those, the level in which DD can like frag out is significantly weaker, and I would drop him from S to B, maybe A. No, no, no. Let's say he's A. Let's say he's A. Um, but going on, this is rage bait. I stopped playing when Phoenix nerfed. Has the game got better or worse? I would say it's gotten better. The reason why I say Hawkeye is rage bait is because everyone says that this character is good and I just don't see it. I, like literally just kill him. I think Trust Me tweeted about it yesterday. Yeah, if you struggle to kill a Hawkeye, you just will never hit eternity, in my opinion. Like that character's not good. He's not good. He's not good. Just don't get one shot. You can see round corners in this game. It's not like Overwatch. It's not like Hanzo. You just step out and you get domed, bro. You can see around corners. You can see where people are at all times. You know. Um. But yeah. I mean I think Storm is still worse. Legit. I mean we'll put Hawkeye above Blade. Hela I think is actually S tier. I think let's speak about Storm first. Storm is a character that, again, very niche, convoy, breaks, absolutely destroys groups. You know, very, very front to back win conditions. I think she's underrated. She has good team ups, but way too situational, but way too easy to angle around. Duelist Deadpool. I legit is think I think that character is better than DD. I think that character is better than DD and what he does, but again, you'll lose first 4 fights in a row. You will lose first 4 fights in a row, and then after that, you just scale and you win everything. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention on Hela. Would you play Hela like Phoenix? Yeah, I mean, Hela can play for a further range. Hela can play for a further range, but the kits are essentially the same. Phoenix does more. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you and say that Hela is even comparable to Phoenix. If that Phoenix character is in the game, it's just GG's. Um, Phoenix is my personal permaban. But Hela can be played for different ranges. Obviously, her ult bails her out. It just doesn't heal to full. Like, the kits are so incredibly similar. It's unreal. So incredibly similar. It's unreal. Um, Human Torch, worse than Hawkeye. Again, no one plays him. Iron Fist, I think, is A-tier just simply because he dive. His balance is quite good. He has a lot of survivability. You can play front to back as well. Iron Man, I think, is extremely underrated, and this is why Hawkeye is completely ruining the stocks. Hawkeye is completely ruining the stocks because, like, I don't think Iron Man is bad either. So I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to send this play again. Iron Man is very counterable. Not many people play that character, but there are uses for him in the front to back and the poke, and also his ult is not bad. I'm excited for the Spidey ranking, bro. That character is broken. That character is broken. Okay, cool. Um, Mr. Fantastic, I would put above Iron Man, below Hawkeye. To be honest, I think that that is not a bad standpoint. Mr. Fantastic is really good at assisting dives. It's a very good pocket. It's a very good pocket for it. If a dive character goes in and Mr. Fantastic just humps him, then that dive character could literally just stay in forever. Pause. Moon Knight is characters I say. I don't care what people say. I actually don't care. I don't care if that's an AI chat GPT take. That character is so good, bro. Like that character is actually so good. Like this like bro, the state of the game is not what people believe. Obviously it's not an uncommon take that Moon Knight is good. But it is an uncommon take. I don't know what that was, but it is an uncommon take that Moon Knight is good in high elo, but obviously Loki a lot of the time sneaks through the draft, and obviously Loki players say, yeah, like you can play around Moon Knight, you just play passive clones and stuff like that, but like as a Loki player myself, it's not easy. But bro, Moon Knight has such good poke capability, enables dives, he has a one-shot combo, he has good brawl potential. This is the strongest Moon Knight has ever been, by the way. For the patch, for the meta, for his numbers, for his right clicks, the overshield buff, when his ult was one-tapping people, when it was bugged and did double damage, he didn't have overshield on his right click, which means he's more survivable. And he does a stupid amount of burst damage onto people that are are going onto him. Like a stupid amount. So even if they kill him, they will get traded off later by the rest of his team, if that makes sense. And I would go as far as to say that Namor is Esther and he's better than Hela. As in, a lot of people ban out Hela Namor. People ban out Hela because Hela is a good character and Hela enables that Namor team up. But I disagree, bro. I think Namor shuts down way more than Hela. I would rather my team play Phoenix Namor and just bin the Hela team up than play Hela Namor. I think Phoenix Namor as a double hit scan, as in the role. I know Namor is not a hit scan, but I think that those characters together can deal some serious damage. But S is a ranking where I feel if he's open, you have to play him. Yeah, Namor is good. Double poke. If if he's open, you have to play him. I mean, I think if he's open, I I mean, I would argue you would have to play Moon Knight before you play DD. Like actually I would say that MK is a better character than DD right now. Um Phoenix is just the best character in the game. If I could make a whole new tier, it would just be Phoenix there. You know? Um I genuinely believe that this character is on the same par. I wanna see what TikTok has to say. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. Since in the game since release, yeah. No, that Phoenix character is broken. She had one patch where she wasn't good, but like I don't know, that old buff was just weird. Old buff is just weird. If you really want to know, okay, I'm gonna skip straight to Spider-Man because I think this. No, I would say the Spider-Man reaches my Esther as well. I think the Spider-Man reaches my Esther as well. But this is another niche thing as well because it's like nobody plays Spider-Man that was good enough to run it. But if we're talking about straight dive, he is the best dive character in the game at the moment. He's better than Star-Lord, he's better than DD, he's better than Fist, he's better than, and that isn't even, bro, if you ask anyone in the Spider-Man community right now, they will say that their character is the best character in the game. Like they will say that he is the best character in the game. I'm playing Spider-Man right now. Unless you're like a top Spidey, he's not S tier for you though. Like, but this, like, let's assume that this list is the best players on the world. Like, let's assume that this list is the best players in the world. I think it was Jitwood or Rec. I mean, Light. My mic is just turned off. Light also believes that Spider-Man is. I wouldn't say S tier, but Light believes that Spider-Man is really strong right now. They, Jitwood, and Rec, and Light think he's broken. I know, but I'm clarifying. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I agree. I think that character is busted. Like the stuff that the like Day was doing to people. Again, if you watched the J3 tournament where I was forcing Deadpool Spider-Man against teams with Daredevil in play, they were playing Daredevil died. They were playing Angela. And we are winning. We are winning with Spider-Man Deadpool. I'm telling you, I'm telling you that is half a character thing on top of a player thing. I would say Spider-Man is the worst out of all of the S tier, but I would say that he completes the S tier potentially. Like for me, Psylocke, I think is incredibly underrated with the A tier pick. I think Punisher is in a similar spot to Hawkeye. Um, Going back to Psylocke, I think Psylocke is very good. Her ult is very good. Her neutral is very good. She has a unique lane control type of playstyle that nobody else in the entire game has. Um, and yeah, she's just very good for it. Punisher, I think, is B tier because again, very two-dimensional, very counterable, very counterable. But for what he is probably the strongest character in the Brawl playstyle. Other than Bucky, of course. What do you think makes Spidey so strong right now specifically? Well, they fixed his numbers. I think Spider-Man's been good for a couple patches. If you run back my tier list, I don't think my Spider-Man pick ever dropped below beta. Like, if you actually look at my old tier list, I don't think my Spider-Man pick ever dropped below beta. I think people are coping. Because it was a dive patch. Like, you know me, I will always run dive. Even when I was on phase, I was running dive. We were known for dive. We were known for running 2-2-2 dive in a triple support meta. And that's exactly what I did in J3 tournament, and we were popping off, right? But I've always said Spider-Man is the truest form of dive, bro. If you give me a Spider-Man player, I would like absolutely force Spider-Man. I've been tracking, but you think it's not. I think it's a playstyle thing. It's a meta thing. But again, If you look at my videos, if you look at my tweets, I've always said dive is objectively the best playstyle. I made a video saying why is everyone saying poke is meta? Last season, I made that video saying why is everyone saying poke is meta when dive is obviously meta? Bro, dive has never left meta. Dive is the best playstyle. Dive will not fall off. People are saying that Hela is good in the state of the game where you could literally just six-man dive her. And the thing is, everyone has cope and says, yeah, you need coordinated dives, bro. Bro, on my mother's life, lock in 6 dive characters in ranks, you don't need coordination. You all just win your ones. Like, I'm not even joking, bro. Also, what made DD fall off? Virtus Pro showed that. Bro, you need to realize, for those of you that didn't follow my career, I was Virtus Pro's dad. That's what you need to realize. I was Virtus Pro's dad. We were running full dive into Virtus Pro. Before they made the LAN finals, we went 2 maps up against them. They banned us out. They reverse swept. And then they picked up the comp. There's video footage. I got dates. I got timelines. It's on the internet, bro. It's on the internet. Spider-Man criminally high. Bro, of course Rex shows. No. Spider-Man, that character is broken, bro. That Spider-Man hero is objectively the best dive character in the game. But you need to realize that I will always say that dive is hard meta. Esther, if you give him a dive tank, maybe. Yeah, I mean Spider-Man, Angela, Rogue. You know, we're cooking. Yeah, we were literally just talking about you. We were talking about how you said that well, how pretty much all of the top Spider-Man players say that Spider-Man is good right now. Spider-Man is in a good state right now. Cuffy TB best team comp wise, I'm pretty sure. What do you mean TB? Talking about, oh yeah, Cuffy talking about best team comp. Oh yeah. I'm tweaking. Scarlet Witch is the worst character in the game. Wow. I have an alt account, right? I had an alt account where I two-tricked Venom and Scarlet Witch. The only value that I found in Scarlet Witch ever is that she actually beats everyone on the side lane. Like, unironically, if you flank with Scarlet Witch, like, she can actually win her ones versus Psylocke and Starlord. But other than that, she can't do anything. Like, she actually, like, that character is just terrible. Like, she actually can't do anything. Um, Squirrel Girl, I think, gets value from just random general spam, but not in a way in which the Storm doesn't. You know what I mean? Storm is just worse for it. Storm is just so much worse for it. Now Star-Lord, Bucky, Wolf. This is where we're tweaking, right? This is where we're tweaking. Because honest to God, I appreciate that these characters have been S tier. Last patch, I gave Wolf and Star-Lord S tier. But I didn't give Moon Knight and Spider-Man S tier. I'm sensing some sort of meta shift right now where I kind of view these characters as still in the A, but not quite S. Do you want to know a fun fact about me? Bucky has never made S tier in a single one of my tier lists. Bucky has never made S tier in a single one of my tier lists. And I don't know why that is. I think it's just the fact that I hate Brawl as a playstyle in this game. I think it's horrible. At least for the DPS picks. Because Doctor Strange has made more S tier appearances on my tier list. Doctor Strange has made more S tier appearances than Bucky ever has. But for me, Bucky is just never the most oppressive character in the game. See, I would agree with that, but a lot of people would disagree. I would agree with that, but a lot of people would disagree. For me, if we're talking about this, that's where I would place Bucky. Black Widow, I actually don't think is a bad character by any means. Nice humble beats here. Yeah, I mean, like genuinely, if anyone plays Black Widow and plays Black Widow a lot, I swear they're always the best person in the lobby. Like, this isn't even rage bait because obviously the majority of Black Widows that I see do not play the character a lot. They are throwing, they're sandbagging, they're win trading, they're doing all of those things. But if it's like, oh, known Black Widow player, I've never had a known Black Widow player on my team that played badly. Do you see what I'm saying? Um, and then with Magic, oh, there's so many characters in the A tier. We're spoiled for choice. We are well and truly spoiled for choice. I mean, I would put Magic in low A as well. I one trick Star-Lord, am I cooked? Nah. Star-Lord is pretty good. Just usual. Just press Q. You're always a cool now. And you force out defensive is better than most characters in the game. He just never fully excels in the same way like Heller and Phoenix can. Yeah, I like Hook as a feature on a DPS character. Is pretty cool. I really think that that's cool.